Welcome Ranjini Sharma for Trinity Mirror News. The headlines. Modi briefly meets Trump. World leaders at the Association of Southeast Asian Nations Grand Gala dinner. Trump says North Korea's Kim insulted by calling him old. Union Minister Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi insists to watch films as films, don't go into history. All India Tennis tournament is going to be held in Odisha state. News in detail. Natural Food Fair was inaugurated in Urdu Primary School at Chengam Panchayat of Tiruvannamalai district. The primary education officer of Chengam Panchayat, Muhammad Abu Bakr, who participated as a special guest and inaugurated the National Food Fair in Urdu Primary School at Chengam Panchayat of Tiruvannamalai district. In his inaugural address, Muhammad Abu Bakr stressed the importance of natural food items. Students from nearby schools were present in the event. They also drawn attention of the gathering by wearing fancy dresses like national leaders and farmers. Drawing competition was held at Vellore district. Several hundred students participated in the event. On the eve of Children's Day celebrations to be held all over India on 14th November, a drawing competition specially for the student community was inaugurated by Saravanan, in charge of the Garment Museum at Vellore. The main theme of the drawing competition was how to save the environment asserts and how to control the pollution. Several students from Vellore district were participated in an enthusiastic approach. Tennis players from 11 districts from Tamil Nadu were selected and were participated in the training program through Vellore Tennis Club. They were taking rigorous training in the training program at Vaniyampadi. The selected players after the training are going to prove their mettle in the forthcoming All India Tennis competition to be held in Odisha. The training program were held in the presence of Nagaraj, the chief officer.
அகில இந்திய டென்னிகைட் போட்டி ஒரிசா மாநிலத்தில் இம்மாதம் 19ஆம் தேதி முதல் 23ஆம் தேதி வரை நடைபெறுகிறது. இந்த அகில இந்திய டென்னிகைட் போட்டியில் கலந்து கொள்வதற்காக தமிழகத்திலிருந்து விளையாட்டு வீரர்கள் தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்டனர். அந்த தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்ட விளையாட்டு வீரர்களுக்கு வாணியாம்பாடியில் நாராயண சூர்யா ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் அகாடமியில் இந்த பயிற்சி முகாம் நடைபெறுகிறது.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi held separate pull-aside meetings with US President Donald Trump and Chinese Premier Li Keqiang on the sidelines of a gala dinner to mark the 50th anniversary of the ASEAN. He also held brief interaction with several other leaders who attended the reception hosted by Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte at the Meha SMX Convention Center in the Pasay City. The Prime Minister as well all other leaders from Borong, Tagalong and embroidered shirt with his national dress of Philippines. Renowned Filipino designer Albert Andrada has designed the shirts. Fair price shops in Jammu and Kashmir to get point of sale machines. Jammu and Kashmir Minister Chaudhry Zulfikar Ali said that point of sale machines will be installed in all fair price shops and ration depots across the state, terming it as the biggest reform in bringing transparency in the public distribution system. He said that these machines are connected to a server that uploads every transaction on a portal that can be monitored from any part of the country at any time. The Minister for Food, Civil Supplies and Consumer Affairs said after giving a POS machine to a government sale depot in Vijaypur that these Aadhaar-linked POS machines are also displayed prices that weigh of items and the credentials of the consumer. This leaves no space for any malpractice in the system. He also added that the government is also willing to introduce smart cards for the distribution of ration among the consumers. We'll resume back after a short break.
எந்த கலர் ஷர்ட் போடலாம்?
வருண், ஒரு ஷர்ட் மாத்துவா இவ்ளோ நேரம்? அங்க பொண்ணே ரெடியா இருக்கும்.
சிஸ்டர், ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இம்ப்ரஷன் பெஸ்ட் இம்ப்ரஷனா இருக்கணும்.
அப்போ ராம்ராஜ் ஒயிட் ஷர்ட் சூஸ் பண்ணு. எல்லாருக்கும் பிடிக்கும், ஈஸியா இம்ப்ரெஸ் பண்ணும்.
காண்போர் கண்கள் உந்தன் மீது, காதல் பார்வை எந்தன் மீது, உன் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இம்ப்ரஷன்
பிடிச்சிருக்கா?
பிடிச்சிருக்கு. எனக்கு பிடிச்ச ஒயிட் ஷர்ட்ல ரொம்ப பிடிச்சிருக்கு.
Ramraj white shirts, get the best impression.
Welcome back. Union Minister Jayant Sinha instructs airlines to give frequent and honest info on delays. Union Minister Jayant Sinha asked airlines to give frequent and honest information to their passengers about flight delays after a traveler on board a delayed plane complained to him on Twitter. The Minister of State for Civil Aviation tweeted that Jet Airways, Air India, Go Air, Indigo, SpiceJet, Air Asia and others should certainly communicate frequently and honestly with passengers regarding delays. His instruction came after the passenger complained to him on Twitter about a delayed Jet Airways flight. The flight from New Delhi to Dhaka reached its destination at 5:52 p.m. after a delay of nearly 2 hours. In a tweet, US President Donald Trump said that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has insulted him by calling him old and said he would never call Kim short and fat. Trump made the comment after attending the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in Vietnam. In a series of tweets, he also said that Chinese President Xi Jinping was upping sanctions on North Korea in response to its nuclear and missile programs and that Xi wants Pyongyang to denuclearize. During Trump's visit to Beijing recently, Xi reiterated that China would strive for the denuclearization of Korean Peninsula but offered no hint that China would change tack on North Korea, with which it fought side by side in 1950-53 Korean War against US-led forces. Chinese President Xi makes state visit to Vietnam. The two communist neighbors tries to broaden economic ties. Vietnam gave Chinese President Xi Jinping the red carpet treatment at the start of a state visit as the two communist neighbors try to broaden their economic ties and work on resolving territorial disputes in the South China Sea. Xi and Nguyen Phu Thong, General Secretary of the Vietnamese Communist Party, reviewed an honor guard and headed for talks behind closed doors. It was Xi's first overseas trip since consolidating his power at a party congress last month. Xi and US President Donald Trump, among others, just finished an Asian-Pacific Economic Summit in the Vietnamese coastal city of Da Nang. Vietnamese President Tran Dai Quang said that his country wants to end disputes in the South China Sea through peaceful means. In the wake of a controversy surrounding upcoming Bollywood film Padmavati, Union Minister Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi recently said that he saw films as films without getting into the history or geography as depicted in them. On the ongoing protest against the film, the Minority Affairs Minister said that what you like in a film should be accepted and what you do not like should be left there. He neither supports nor opposes the film. Padmavati, which is scheduled to release on December 1st, has been facing a lot of trouble since early this year. Its director Sanjay Leela Bansali was assaulted by the activist of a Rajput community group, the Karni Sena, during the shooting of the film in Jaipur. The group is seeking a ban on Padmavati, claiming that history has been distorted in the film. That's it for the news bulletins. Thank you. Have a nice day.